I had been like that forever, I guess. I can't remember it ever being different. But yeah, it's been a long time since my chin hair became vaguely apparent. So I was a free man, at least in size and age. But I was a prisoner stuck inside this human cage. It's funny to say those words because I never considered myself in captivity. So it's a freeing experience to speak of my freedom so boldly and freely. I understand I may seem a bit weird and come across a tad insane. Yet you would too if you spent your life no speech, no sound, just stuck inside your brain. I was known as the deaf and mute fella, or at least so I guessed. But don't you pity me please, knowing no different lessened the duress. I had no one to blame, and I was just who I was. Tomorrows became todays, and todays became what was. More than anything, I love to see and I love to feel the shape, the lines, the colors, so vivid and so real. They could each transport me to a place to which I'd never been. Through my fingertips, the vibration showed me things I'd never seen. Yet all I knew and all I was torn to shreds that day. They came as a group and took my hands, and then they led me away. We walked for what had seemed like hours, but I truly didn't mind. I was seeing tall trees, beautiful flowers of every different kind. Then I sensed a change in the air, and we started slowing down. Everyone was moving their mouths, but I couldn't hear a sound. We pulled, we tugged, we pushed to make our way through the crowd. And there he sat, the man for whom all this commotion was about. I watched him in wonder and watched him in awe. Not quite sure why, but it was just what I saw. I guess he had just finished talking 'cause he was standing up to leave. And then they took me to him, rushing and pulling my sleeve. I stood there for a moment, wondering what really was the meaning. And then he took my hand, and he led me around the building. I didn't know who he was, but my fingertips exploded. So caught up in emotion, I didn't realize we were no longer crowded. He looked in my eyes, and I can never quite explain the things I know he said to me, like my life was not in vain. He placed his finger in my ear, the very living word of God, the holy fingerprint, to show that he's the one in charge. The key to set all captives free. From heaven he had come, that for all the empty, lost and broken, the power to overcome. My eyes grew wider as I watched him spit upon his finger. He placed it on my tongue, and then he let it linger. I didn't know how to take that, but I truly cannot say the way I felt knowing he'd just given me holy DNA. He looked up to the heavens, and I felt his body shook. And then he looked down to my face. He breathed in, and he spoke. What happened then, I'm not so sure, but it's pretty crystal clear. The feeling of the wind now had a companion, tickling in my ear. I could hear the birds, oh what a sweet sound, like honey on my tongue. Noises in front, noises above, noises all around. And then I heard some people say, the deaf mute fella, he's still the same. I felt my lips quiver and shout, hey yo, that's not my name.